Hello everybody, today we're going to be doing the midterm assignment. So we have a source file over here. I chose to use the source file. It gives us a lot of information. And the title for the assignment is the most devastating earthquakes in the world's history. So we're going to go to Tableau. Already created some of the sheets over here. So to create a new worksheet, we just click over here and we use it. But I created it to save time. So we will start with information. We will go and open the file, data source. We're going to be using the Excel file that we downloaded. And as you can see, the reason why there's a lot of information, which most of it we don't even need for our particular project. So that's the reason why I'm going to show you how to filter information and some of the cool features that I found out with Tableau. So over here, we can just, with the marks, we're going to be using longitude, um, latitude, that already creates the map for us. We will be using the country. Out of all of this information, we're just selecting the information that we're going to be using. Country, where we will be using total deaths and damage in millions, because that's the title of this particular worksheet. Work map, total damage in millions and total deaths. So right now, and some of the filters that we're going to be using, we will use the country filter. We will use the year, and we will be using the month. And each of the filters gives us basically information for month. We can do from January to December, and the year anybody from the beginning until 2014. Then we will be doing some labels, so the countries will make it colorful, and we will label it. Total deaths, we need to label it, and total damage in millions labeled as well. Each of the filter, we're going to click on show filter. So on the right side of the screen, we're going to see the filters. And as you can see, we can filter different years between this and this, from 4360 BC until 2014 for the month. The countries, we can select different countries, which makes it a really cool feature. So for now, we're just going to leave it on all. Next page, we will be doing the number of deaths. This one we're going to be using the tree map. So we're going to be using the year. It will go to columns. And the total death sum will go to rows. We'll be using this because it's really easy to see and convenient to use. As a marks, we're going to be using the country. And we need to label it. We will be using the year. We need to label it. And we will be using total death. We need to label it. As far as the filters, we will be using, again, we're going to be using the country, and we will be using the year. Fine. And the year. We need to see the filters on the right side. This is shown. And we here, again, we can select the country. We have all the countries. For example, if you want to see Italy, that's the earthquake. That's the total earthquakes for Italy. It's going to show us the year, 1169. The total deaths was 16,000. In 1631, the total deaths was 4,000. In 1906, 350. And over here again, we can filter the years, and later on I'll show you how to do it. And over here, actually, that's something that a lot of companies use as a sales relationship management software, where they introduce the leads, how many leads would work, and a lot of different companies use it. Now, another worksheet we're going to be using is injuries versus deaths, and over here we'll be using, we'll do countries column. We're going to be using side by side comparison, total deaths and total injuries. Over here we do side by side. We already have the color coding. So as far as the filters, marks, we're gonna use some total injuries. We'll label it, and total deaths. We will label it. For the filters, we will be using year in the country as well, because that's exactly what we need. To work in particular countries and particular years. That's what's gonna make it a lot easier. Okay, we need to see the filters on the right side. so we can use them. As we here see, we have a lot of different countries, a lot of information. So if we look for something in particular, let's say for example Indonesia, we deselect all, we select Indonesia over here, and that's basically unfortunate, but they had a total death of 198,016 versus total injuries of 3,006. So we can play over here with the years, so let's say a more recent one, and we can actually click over here. So if we want to see from 2000 until 2014, that's or they had an earthquake, and that's the information that we have. So the cool feature is, so if we, let's say we're doing a project, we have a lot of text over here, and we need to create images. So we'll go to create a new dashboard. We're going to use this information. I'm removing the filters over here for on purpose, so we have enough room for it. Some time and injuries. So the cool part over here is that once we go to every sheet, we change the information in each of the sheets. It's going to change it over here. So let's say, for example, we go to world map. We select all. We select China. Okay. Say select Italy. So there was an earthquake in Italy. This information. We need to know the number of deaths in Italy. We will be using all the years. So Italy is right here. This is the earthquake they have, the years and the total casualties. And over here again, we'll select, we'll find Italy. So each of the sheets, we have the information over here. Now, once we click on dashboard, we have the information particularly about Italy. So once we create a story, the story, that's something that we can actually use on our page. I'll show you how to use it in Word. Just drag the dashboard over here. We'll name it Italy earthquakes in Italy, earthquakes in Italy. And over here, the story, we can rename it Italy. So for example, if we're doing our project about Italy and we're using this information, so that's what we get. So once we go copy image, or we can export. If we export, we can save it as a story. Then we can use this. We go to the story, we can open it, and we have a picture that we can use. Or we can directly copy image into our Word document. So for example, over here, if we have some text, we have the actual body, introduction, blah, 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 blah. And we need the image, so we can email it. As you can see, image 1, and we just paste it over here, Italy. So we can increase it. So for example, if we have the whole body, if we have the whole the research paper, we can actually, that's how we are able to do it. That actually, we can put it over here in the bottom, which makes sense. So we can reference it, as you can see, in image 1, and that's how we go. That's a really, really convenient. Now we'll go back to Tableau, and like I said before, let's say for example, if we change it from Italy, we change it to all the countries. We'll filter it in the month of, see, from September to December. The years, we're going to do it more recent, and all the countries. So those are the countries that had the earthquakes. Over here again, we will change it to 2000 until 2014. All the countries. See, this is the countries that we do, and death versus injuries. See, all the countries, and you see automatically it changes over here as well. So story, now this one is going to be 2000, from 2000 to 2014. That's it. And we can use the same feature. We copy it, copy image, and paste it over here. Right? So that's a cool feature that I found, and hopefully it helps everybody. I know for sure it will help me in some of the project that I'm going to be doing. Thank you.